Hi friends, it's Miss Piggy. Welcome back to our art series called Hang Out, where we hang out and hang up our art. Friends, I'm excited to share and reveal the project of the day, which is called Cool Monsters. Let's find out what we're gonna need today. We're gonna need paper plates, or paper, or cardstock, cardboard, cereal boxes, whatever you have. You'll need some markers, or whatever you have, pens. I have a bunch of black markers. I have some thick markers, some less thick markers, and some thin markers. You'll also need some scissors and some tape. And guess what, friends? Our canvas is actually going to be our refrigerator. So that's Cool Monsters, friends. Cool Monsters, which is actually inspired by this special bag that I have that you might remember. But I used to put markers in it and paintbrushes and stuff when we did art. So yeah, if you look closely, you'll see a bunch of different monsters. So friends, this is the inspiration for today's project. Before we get started, let's go over our values. So respect yourself, respect your space, and respect your art. Alright friends, so I'm going to introduce the technique of the day, which is actually thick and thin lines. So friends, let's get started with our paper plates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the eyeballs. So I'm going to cut out this circle, this inner circle that you see here, to create a circle for an eyeball. Okay? So using your scissors, holding your plate with your other hand, you're just going to cut around this line. So take your time. I'm just going to start by cutting right along this border, right to the edge of that circle. And from there, I'm going to turn my scissors and my plate, and I'm going to cut and follow the line. And slowly turn and cut. Friends, this doesn't have to be perfect either. I'm going to create an eyeball. So here's one eye. And friends, think of any shape that you might want to create. Maybe you want a square eye, or a heart eye, or a triangle eye, or a half moon eye. Here's one eyeball. I'm going to make another one. Turn the plate. I wonder how many eyes you're gonna make for your cool monster. It's up to you. Maybe you want 3 eyes. Maybe you want 1 eye, like a cyclops. It's just thought. So here's my 2 eyes. I'm gonna start with 2 eyes for now. So this is the fun part, friends, where we get to explore with thick and thin lines. So I'm gonna start with a thicker marker, which I found. I'll show you. So this is like a chisel tip. You'll notice it has different edges as I rotate it. So I'm actually gonna use the edge of the chisel tip to create my eyeball art. And for this eyeball, I think I'm gonna make an X. Like the letter X. My other eyeball, think I'm just gonna make a ring or a circle. And I'm just gonna hold my thick marker down and slowly create my circle. It looks like an O. Oh wow, it's an X and an O. So that's like my base. And what I'm actually gonna do is create another circle inside my letter O, if that's what you wanna call it. I think I had enough of my thick marker. So now I'm gonna actually explore with this thinner marker, which is a dry erase marker. And with this, I'm gonna explore with maybe some shapes around the border of this eyeball. So I think I'm actually gonna outline the edges with it. So I'm gonna take my dry erase marker and just go right over the edges to create an outline. So this is a thinner outline. And I'm going to do the same thing to this eyeball. So once again, just on the outer edges, I'm just dragging my marker, contouring the shape of the eyeball, which is just following the very edges of it. Here's my other eyeball. And now, friends, I'm going to explore with this teeny marker. I thought these were super cute. If you look closely, it has a super thin point. So with this, I'm gonna explore with dotting. So I'm gonna dot around this circle. I'll show you an example. So I'm starting these dots, and I'm gonna go around the whole circle. Gently dotting. When you're gentle with the markers, they last longer, friends. Turn and dot. I wonder how many dots I'm making. Almost there, last one. Here we go. So that's one eyeball. And I think I'm gonna do the same thing with this eyeball. So I'm just gonna create dots. I'm gonna count. Let's say I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. This is 30 so far. I wonder, can you guess how many dots are gonna go around? 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. 58 dots. So now, friends, I'm going to find my other marker. It's actually a silly scent. Let me see what it smells like. Whoa! I'll give you a clue. It's something that's sweet, and they're white, and they sometimes go in hot cocoa, or sometimes they are in ice cream called Rocky Road. Starts with the letter M. Can you guess, friends? It's the marshmallow scent, and it really does smell like a marshmallow. I didn't know that. I didn't know what I thought it was gonna smell like licorice or something. It smells really yummy. So with my silly scent marker, if you look closely, is also a little tinier version of a chisel tip. So there's edges here that I'm going to explore with. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to probably create lines inside of this eyeball here. Pupil. I'm gonna use whoa, this is fun. If you look closely, it goes from a thin line to a thick line. And what I did was I just gently rotated my marker to create a varied thickness. That's cool. I kind of like the way that looks. Now, friends, I'm going to explore with this Sharpie here to create an outline of the letter X that I drew here. So I'm just, and look at this tip. This tip is super skinny, so it's a fine point, they call it. So I'm just gonna create a border around this letter X. Maybe your cool monster might have an emotion. Maybe it's a silly face you're creating. Maybe it's an upset face. Maybe because in your refrigerator the cheese is gone now, so maybe it feels a little upset. So it depends on what emotions you also want. You can play around with that concept. So friends, what I'm gonna do now is create a nose. So taking your other paper plate or another piece of paper, you can create a shape for your nose. So just go ahead and think about some ideas that you might want. I'll show you this bag again. Maybe you'll get some ideas from here. There's different kinds of noses. Whether they're dots, triangles. Maybe you want to make a mustache. You. I think I'm gonna make a heart. So what I'm gonna do this time is I'm going to draw an outline of the shape that I want to create for my nose. Yeah, I'm gonna make a little heart nose. So first I'm drawing it using my fine point Sharpie, and I'm gonna cut it out right now. And instead of cutting on the line, I'm cutting a border around the line. So you can still see a border there. A a white border. Friends, I'm curious where you hung your art up last week. In the video, if you didn't notice, at the end I hung up my art on my lights in my living room. I really like it. I hope you had fun, friends. Okay, friends, so here's my nose. And now it's time to create some lines on here. So I'm gonna explore with my dry erase marker. And what I'm going to do is create a line, an outline inside of the original outline that I made, using the edge of my dry erase marker. Keep that down. And now I'm going to take my silly scent marker and I'm going to do the same thing. This one has a little chisel tip too, but I'm going to use probably different edges of it. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to start with the tip edge, kind of side edge, and same thing. Create a line, outline inside. There we go. There's my nose. And now I'm gonna make a mouth. So I'm gonna get another plate and make a mouth. Since this is my refrigerator, I'm gonna make a mouth that's open like it's gonna eat a bunch of cheese or something. What would you feed your cool monster? Mine would be like cheese and like ice cream. If I could pick an ice cream, it'd probably be cookies and cream or mint. I like mint ice cream, so. Cool, let's get started. So I'm just gonna make a big open mouth. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to follow the top of the circle, and then when I get to the half point, I'm gonna draw a line across. So it's gonna create a half circle. Yeah, I like that idea. So I'm just gonna outline it first with my dry erase marker. See, and then I'm going to draw the line across, creating a half circle. There's my mouth. From here I'm going to cut it out. Same thing, I'm going to leave a border. There's my mouth. And from here, I think I'm just gonna put lines inside of it, just straight across. I'm gonna use my Sharpie. Actually, I wanna do an outline again. I'm gonna follow the line. And this time I'm gonna put the lines super close together, kind of. Yeah, I'll show you an example like that. So it's creating several lines. And I'm not making it perfect, so you'll see some bumpies in there, but I kind of like that style right now. Like kind of squiggly, but close together. This kind of reminds me of a watermelon, which I do have in my fridge right now. What do you have in your fridge? Almost done in my mouth. Whoa, that's fun. Okay, friends. So from here, I would encourage you to refine any lines that you may want to clean up. But at the same time, if you like to embrace your lines the way they are, that's fine too. It's up to you because you're the artist. So from here, friends, we're actually going to tape and hang up our art on our refrigerator, our cool monster that we're gonna create. So with your tape, you can tape the, we'll flip them over so that we could put tape on the back. And what I'm doing is I'm gonna create a double-sided tape. If you don't have double-sided tape, you can make it. So you just pull a strip, and it's sticking to my finger. You take your other finger or your thumb and kind of fold it in halfway. And then you're gonna fold in the other side halfway, which creates double-sided tape. And you're just gonna stick it in the middle of your shape. So it's on the back. So I'm gonna do that to all of these. And then we're gonna find out how we wanna display our cool monster up on the refrigerator. All right, I have all my tapes on, so let's head to the refrigerator and we will create our cool monster. I'm gonna grab my eyeballs first. So, position the way you want, and if you wanna adjust it, you could always take it off and then stick it back on. That's the fun part. So I think I would like my eyes kind of spread out so I have space for my nose. And I'm gonna put it probably lower middle line. So there's the eyes, and I'm gonna frame my nose. And instead of putting my nose, what if I put my nose upside down? That's cool. So I'm gonna stick that upside down. So there's my nose, and then let's try the last of my mouth, okay? I'm gonna put it kind of close to the nose a little bit. All right, here we go. So friends, here's my cool monster. Thank you, friends, for joining me. Take care and see you next week.